ever been to a tennis match and thought to yourself, what is going on? Well, you're not alone. I was just like you. I have played tennis for 3.5 years and I've gone to many tournaments, but before my tennis days, I had no idea what was going on, and I honestly thought it was boring. Although a lot of individuals believe tennis is a boring sport and a confusing sport, I'm here to inform you that it is not. Tennis is not about just hitting a green ball with a racket. It is much more than that, and I'm here today to inform you about the basic fundamentals of the tennis game. I will go over the basic motions, how the point system works, and the different types of styles of tennis there are. The basic motions every person should know when playing a tennis game are the forehand, backhand, volleys, and the serves. The forehand is my favorite out of all the motions in tennis. A forehand is a swing with you only use your dominant hand and the other one to guide you. So you put your hand out like this and you swing like with your right, and so you can hit the ball. And the backhand is a swing, but coming from your less dominant side, and in this swing you use both of your hands. Next is my second favorite motion, which is the volley. Volleys are the shots that are typically close to the net. Players love these shots because the players they can basically place the ball wherever he or she wants to. Volleys can be hit on either side of you. Ultimately, the last basic motion is the serve. Serves are super important to the game of tennis because this is how every point has to be started. If you can't get your serves into the service box, then you're going to have a hard time winning the match. How you generally start a serve for a beginner is by throwing the ball up into the air and aiming to hit in the service box. Those are the basic motions. Okay. Speaking of points in the tennis game, let me tell you how it works. The scoring in tennis starts with love, which is just a fancy way of saying 0. Everyone starts at love for every game they play. Once you get a point, it goes from 15 to 30 to 40, and then it's game. Now, tennis is really different from other sports because if you win a game in tennis, you are not done. In tennis, you have to win 6 games in order to win a set, and to win a match, you have to win 2 sets out of 3. Generally, the point system of tennis is usually the same everywhere, but what isn't the same is the different types of tennis you can play. The different types of styles of tennis are doubles, girls, boys, and mixed, and an individual can play either on grass, clay, or regular tennis court. In a single match, there are only 2 people on a court playing against each other, and they have no partner. The only time a person will have a partner is if they are playing doubles. With this type of style, there are 4 people on the court. Usually women play against women and men play against men, but sometimes in special tournaments, they will have a section where men will play against women. Lastly, there are different courts an individual can play on. I have only played on a regular cement tennis court, and I've never played on grass or clay. I heard that playing on clay is better for sliding to hit the ball, and it's harder to change your course of direction. On a grass court, you do not slide as much to the ball. You do not slide as much, and the ball is much faster on that court, and it makes it more difficult to get to the ball. I believe it is super awesome to have different styles to play on the game of tennis, and it always keeps it interesting and fun. Ultimately, tennis is an extremely exciting game that everyone can play and enjoy if you know the basics of it. Today we discussed the basic factors of tennis, which are the motions, point system, and the different styles of tennis. I hope you learned that tennis is much more than just hitting a green ball with a racket or just running on a court. With the tips that I have given you, I hope you can apply them into a real life game of tennis one day. Thank you for listening.